Hello YouTube, this is Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales, and welcome to a review on Reign of Kings. Now, Reign of Kings is an early access title that was released on Steam in March, and it's a title which is very similar to H1Z1, DayZ, and Rust. Before we begin, this review is not a paid review, and all opinions contained within this video are of my own. Thank you for watching, and let's begin. Okay, so first of all, we shall start off with the good when it comes to this game, and there's plenty to talk about here. It's a big multiplayer game, so you play on different servers, very similar to H1Z1. You can do PvP, you can gang up on your enemies, you can roleplay. There are actually role-playing servers, so you can pretend to be like a character from Game of Thrones or some kind of medieval dynasty. How it starts off is you create your character, and there are some customization options there. You can customize his height, head size, hand size, armor size, body size. You can be really fat or you can be fairly muscular. However, with that being said, there aren't too many options at the moment. I think there's only about 2 or 3 different faces, although there will be more customization faces when it comes to the game being patched a bit more. With that being said, there's also a king of the server. So basically how the gameplay works is that you could have a server with 20, 30, 40 people on that server. Whoever's the king is in charge of the server. He can customize his tax rating. So for example, if you're going to craft some berries or some kind of siege equipment, every time you craft something, a small percentage of the amount of points it would take to craft that would go to the king, and the king can set how many taxes he wants. However, with that being said, it's a good option to try and take out the king and become king yourself. Become king of the server, control taxes, sit at that castle, and it does offer a lot of great kind of opportunities for role-playing and for great gameplay. Yeah, in my kind of scenario, I joined a guild with the Faceman and Wolfie, and our aim was to try and become king of the server and take out the king. So what we decided to do was we got ourselves equipped, we got some swords, we got some decent armor, and we marched towards the king. We walked all the way across the server, very much in the style of Lord of the Rings. An elf, a human, and a dwarf, all very similar to that anyway. And we got to the front gate, and the gate was locked, and we tried using different ballista techniques to try hacking our way through. We just couldn't get through. So in the end, the Faceman had actually set up a secret pathway, very much in the same ilk of Minecraft, where he had these blocks, and he created this very secret bridge that went all the way around the other side of the castle and in through the back entrance. So me and the Faceman decided to go on this path and try and sneak our way in. However, though, Wolfie actually got taken hostage while we left him and was tortured inside the castle. So it does show you what kind of options there are. You can torture people, you can cut heads off, you can do quite a lot of horrible things to people. It's quite gruesome in some way. But me and the Faceman actually went across this bridge. I fell off it once. I didn't die, so there are some kind of issues there with regards to falling and not dying. So there are some things needed to work on when it comes to patching. But I actually got back up, got across the bridge, and eventually we got inside the back of the castle. But we couldn't get through. There was still another gate that we couldn't get past. So in the end, me and the Faceman decided to take each other on. So it was all fun and good, and we did enjoy it, and it was a very good experience. There are plenty of good things to do in this game. However, we're going to move on to some of the bad and some of the negative things of this game now. Okay, so bad things with Reign of Kings. So there are quite a few things we need to go over. First of all, there are some bugs and there are some crashes. I've crashed pretty much every time I've gone into a recording session with this game. It doesn't happen too often, but it happens often enough for it to be a hindrance. There are bugs where you can be seeing a player, you're trying to attack him, and he'll all of a sudden spawn behind you because the game is lagging so much that he lags behind you, and you may miss your swing with your axe or your sword. So there are things that need to be worked on as far as that's concerned. Like I said earlier in the good section with the customization, there are customization options in this game, but there needs to be a lot more. I do know they are going to patch the game a little bit though, and they are going to be adding some customization options, so some more armor, some more faces and skin colors and stuff, so that'll be pretty good. Also the same with the banners as well. It's quite limited with the amount of logos you can have on your banner, so that's all good, and it's going to be great to see what kind of things they add into this game there. And the price as well is $14.99 in British money, on Steam, which is the same as H1Z1, which is also an early access title. However, H1Z1 is probably a lot further in development and more of a stable game than this at the moment. So my advice would be, if you're going to buy this game, then definitely you want to be supporting the mod. You want to be somebody that's going to be fully behind this title and not just sort of pick it up one day, play it a few times, and then never play it again, because that way you would be wasting your money. Anyway, it's time to get to the verdict. Okay, so I'm not going to use any kind of rating system because that would be unfair. The game has only been out about a month or so, and it is an early access title, so I don't feel like the same kind of criteria that you would use to judge other games would apply here. However, with that being said, if you do like games like H1Z1 DayZ, if you are a fan of kind of medieval warfare, or you're a fan of playing online with your friends and having a bit of fun, then this game is definitely the game for you. There are plenty of hours of fun you can have. You can join a guild, you can start your own kind of quest, you can role play. It's pretty much a sandbox online game. You can do what you want, and the sky is the limit. However, with that being said, if you are somebody that doesn't like early access games, or doesn't like games that aren't really that finished or don't have many options, then you're probably best not to buy this game. Anyway guys, I've been Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.